special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
How you think you gonna get my respect? How you a man that can't keep your own spirit in check? That's the difference from rookies and vets. I tend to focus on the game, they rather complain to the reps. But life not a game of scrimmage. You get both your legs broken thinking you standing on chef business. We talking truth, I'm the best witness. I'd rather die than be left in this world. Y'all wanna be left in it. Talking about the laws done away with it.
Shalom, 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 family. First and foremost, I have to give all praises, all glory, and all honor unto the Most High God, Yahweh. Of course, I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It's your brother Ariala of Sakari, and I am excited to present to you, the nation of Israel, the official Hebrew Israelite Bible. Now, this has been the culmination of 4 long years of hard work, and it is available for purchase at hibofficialzion.com. Get yours today.
Yo. Yeah. Say what's real.
My father figure keep me guided, I'm always protected. Not a single wrong, I don't ever get corrected. Light over my shoulders, tells from a priest. Take a Psalms 23 and sit your tail to a seat. Legendary in a way, but nothing like a tall tale. False gods set them up, they all fell. Fantasies, they all sell. Nothing in my time can compare to the timeless. The light behind my rhyming, the one who I get in line with. Ain't no other lane for this fire flame minister. Descended from a higher plane, ain't no higher name from the one. When a gun jam, I figure you know now. Divine power follow me, that's just how it be. I can testify for sure, my heart not pure, but still I get to see a day that I did not work for. Bodies dropping with the climate, gas raising on black faces. Still I'm the one who made it. I just be thinking when I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I go, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. With my conscience, I acknowledge that there is a higher power. Look at me. False idols never promise victory. You survived cause you was meant to. Stop the guessing, you a prized possession. Blessing from the sky, ain't no higher lesson. I'm a messenger, you should get with this rhythm. Gospel, you ain't gotta be poor with chains no more. Flip up your master plate, don't be captivated by your master space. The earth is yours, but first the one we know gon' have to pass away. Destiny, you part of a higher design. They tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. Coming at the wild child who made it through the birth canal. One shot, amazing how you missed the kiss of death. Life was in your step, people turned away from out this way, never coming back. Slipped and fell inside the cracks, landed on their back, but you 10 toes in the field, still in one piece, for real from the bottom, where all kind of brothers get easily killed. Rest in peace to them. You part of a higher design, they tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. When I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. Something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. Most High. I said something keep watching me. Something keep watching me.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Y'all Bashim Yashab Barakatham. Tell me if y'all can hear on the live. All right, we got a lot of technical difficulties that don't make any sense. Can y'all let us know and confirm that you can hear on the live? The sevens are coming in. All right, so the ministry is being attacked heavily. First it was. This the YouTube?
Yeah, it's YouTube.
All right, they're giving me the sevens. You don't have to do all that. First of all, the ministry is being attacked heavily because the Cash App was shut down on purpose. We had to move over to the Zelle. This week, the Cash App tried to work, but I think it's a trap. I don't trust it yet. If y'all want to send like $1, just because I know some of y'all feel like supporting the body via Cash App is more convenient. Here's the cash tag. Okay, I put it in the chat. All right, that's the cash tag. Try to send like $1. If it rejects, it's not your fault, because like I said, Cash App was purposely being defiant and hating on the brotherhood. Once we changed it from my personal name to SOT Israelites Slice, no longer would they work with us. They wouldn't allow it after all them years, right? So that's on purpose. Then tonight we're trying to export videos. Everything is good on the up and up, but once it gets to the YouTube, there's no sound. I've been doing this for 6.5 years, the same way, same process. I could do it with my eyes closed. And we doing running tests right now, but for some reason it just will not work, right? So I understand that, right? That's negativity trying to get in there, and brothers got this thing down to a science, and we about to take it to the next level. On top of that, the tabernacle shirts, brothers sent us the design that we didn't intend for. Even though I took every step to make sure it was done the right way, we end up with some weird design we didn't intend. So I had to redo the shirts. So it's a heavy attack on a brotherhood in the ministry. It's a lot of negativity trying to stop us from operating smooth, right? I was supposed to demo a new song from Roe the Chef tonight, which I feel I can still do. But we have the presentation that we do, but I wasn't able to do that because of the video codec problems. So I couldn't give that brother his flowers the right way. He got a new record out that he wanted to be shared with the audience, and I liked it. And I think y'all would like it. Normally the energy is higher. We having fun on Sabbath class, but if y'all can tell, I'm very irritated right now. Let me see something real quick. Why? Explain why.
Because you
now we started class and there's no chance to show the video. Look, same settings. See? All because we started class. Well, we like to do the camp video and then lead into class and get things hype, man. But it was a heavy attack. Brother Stephen Israel says, "What's the Zelle?" If you look on the screen in the bottom corner, but you might not be able to see it. So it's sotisraelites@gmail.com. Somebody type it in the chat for him, the Zelle. All right.
You still present Roe's thing?
Now we're gonna try to play Roe's record, right? But I've never done it this way, so I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it. The name of the song is November 9th. I'm gonna try to share it with you, okay? We're gonna see. Now, let me try to share it with you. All right. And then I'm gonna pick up my attitude, because no matter what happens, it doesn't matter. Right? We gotta get hyped for the Most High.
Count it on joy when you go through tribulation.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quit the final cut, and we're gonna, right before your eyes, we're gonna put together the Roe the Chef preview. Say something for a minute.
Hey man,
lift up your voice.
And look, fam, remember, we have Patreon, right? Patreon is where you go and you see exclusive videos, behind the scenes, of how we getting ready for feast days. Brothers are doing videos every single day, right? Lessons every single day of how to get your spirit right, how to prepare for feast days, how to understand the scriptures, how to study, practical wisdom and understanding. You got brothers that's teaching craftsmanship. You got brothers that's teaching fitness. You got brothers that's teaching all sorts of things that the nation needs, right? You know, you got brothers that are in the medical field. It's all sorts of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that brothers are contributing in the body. So be sure to go to the SOT Patreon and check out those videos, all right? You know, become a member today. We need more people that doing on these Trinitarians. Y'all been seeing the information that's been coming out on the Clubhouse. We don't completely shut down their doctrine anymore, right? Because of the information that we have, right? So if you're amazed by how we're able to deal with certain doctrines and how to deal with certain debate topics and speaking points,
see that?
Look at the stuff that we have at our arsenal. We study it, so you can study it too. Just become a Patreon member, man. All right.
No, we uploaded a lot of new content for the Patreon and the members only last week. We got some more content coming. Yo, when I tell you the attack on the ministry is heavy, yesterday, for us to keep Feast of Trumpets, I rented the place a year in advance. I gave them their money a year in advance. I called 5 days in advance to make sure the door is unlocked and it can accommodate our guests. When we get there, the door is not only locked, the AC don't work. And I talked to the director 3 days before the time, explaining these problems, and I was assured they would never happen again. What happened when we showed up?
We showed up, not only was the door locked, but nobody was available to help us.
Nope.
Right? So the door was locked. No one was available to help us. No one wanted to help us.
No.
Right? And when they were reminded of the obligation that they promised themselves to uphold, they just simply said, well, it's not our problem right now.
Literally.
Yeah.
That was the words.
That was the word.
We cannot help you. This is not our problem. This is, as we try to elevate to the next level, these is the different demons that we got to deal with and spar with, right? And as you can tell, I'm aggravated right now. I when I do my class, I put my all into it. I like the video to be right. I like the content I got for y'all to be right. And I like to do a camp video if I can before class to get y'all ready, because y'all spending the Sabbath with us. Y'all deserve a whole movie and an entire experience, but it was not to be. So now we're going to see who still rock with us, even though we couldn't deliver to you that experience. And who's going to come back next week and have faith that we can definitely deliver next week, even though this week we wasn't able to do it as big as we like to do it. We're going to be looking to see who comes back. Yo, this is Roe the Chef. His new song, right? It's called November 9th. It features a Naviel the Servant.
God.
Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Damn, chef, why you didn't make it to Brucella? I told him I'd have never said yes if I knew better. Got love from both sides, but I did see that newsletter. I chose to sit it out, thought the two was gonna do better. A merge would have been feasible, but why you mad at me when I was trying to keep it peaceable? Back to 18 over gossip, that's how leaders move. I even shared the screenshots, he just seen the proof. Now it's social media subliminals. I see the shade, but the sunshine is plentiful. As far as wars go, I done been a few, so I know how far one will go, just so the people remember you. And all this gang banging in Israel, I'm starting to think that these niggas' lives miserable. Meanwhile, I'm in a bungalow by the swimming pool in the backyard of my crib with a visual. I'm guessing that's the reason why they say that the chef cocky. Though they never met me, they can see the success got me. The road smooth now, what was you when my shit was rocky? The same place hating on another nigga probably. But I'm back from the ashes, headed to the west, I'm about to text Travis. Calling Chef a weirdo lets me know you're never active. Knowing I'm the answer to this, you should be embarrassed. Where I'm scoring on my ops, I'm not in need of practice. Just another contract with 0 state taxes. Chef not a dissing you don't see the drama. But I can't beef with no nigga if he ain't saying commas. Chef.
Man, all I see is line robbery and idolatry. Why bother me? If I wasn't me, would you acknowledge me? I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be. Stop knocking me, stop watching me. Glorify him, don't copy me. Disrespectful, nah, obviously, I'm not trying to be. But the truth will make you free, so now I gotta speak. Got philosophies, we all seek another doctrine, please. Sneak this and other ox while they watch soccer, please. On the court, read it in your soul. Well, my got taught. Love your brother, that's the law. It's in Deuteronomy. I'm getting bored, which I keep in scores. I'm pulling all the cards while y'all feuding over money. Dog, it's not Monopoly. I'm like board, score, cards, money, Monopoly. Like on star, the most high be watching me. Of course, now the wrong side ain't stopping me. Repent now and share it with velocity. I hope it's nice on November 9th. I'm gonna watch and see togetherness. No pettiness. That's about me for one night. We gonna do this right. Israel gotta see. Rock design, you and not TY. The chef ride with me. Yeah.
That's smooth.
Nice. Israel liking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think y'all like that. I think the people like that. How y'all feel about that?
That was smooth.
That was clean.
How do y'all feel about that? Hold on, we about to go back to the other presentation. How do y'all feel? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So how do y'all like that? How did that sound? That's right. Kazak said our people are nice with everything.
That's right.
The Rock said he ain't like the sound quality. LaRon said crazy work. Daniela said the beat is crazy. The beat was well done, smooth. I need that feature. Chef Yatham said he need that feature. KK Agri said fire. Danny Phantom put the fire emojis. More fire. Let him cook. Kana said let him cook. Of course, man. Not only do we support Israelite businesses, we support Israelite music. All right, so that's a great way to start the class because I talk to Roe all the time, man. He's a real dude, and we talk about the lives that we lived before we came into the truth and the transition that we had to make as men, right? And the change that we had to make to be honorable to the Most High, but also true to ourselves. But there's a reality there that y'all have to acknowledge. And that reality is you cannot do both. Okay? Brothers, you cannot do both. Sisters, it is impossible to do both. You can't do it. You must, and I repeat, and I mean this, you must come all the way in or be all the way out. That's what tonight's lesson is going to be about. All right, I'm gonna give you the energy that I have left. The camp video is ready, and I'm thinking about dropping it after class. You know, you go right from this class into that video, or we can do it tomorrow after bar for bar.
Maybe because we got to do prayer after class.
You know, because we got to pray after class. So, you know, we do tomorrow after bar for bar. When their class is over, the camp video will help you get through your Sabbath afternoon. All right. We would have liked to play it for you tonight. All right. As people still coming in. All right. It's warm in this room. It's a lot of things that did not go the way that they were supposed to go. But brothers is gonna power through and show that same enthusiasm. You go to work with that enthusiasm. You deal with your wives. You deal with your husbands. You deal with your kids with that same enthusiasm, even though you aggravated. And when it comes to the Most High, it's like we put him to the back. If I'm not in the mood for it, I'm not coming to that feast day. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to camp. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to study. And most of all, if I don't feel that it benefits me, I'm not going to be spiritual. This is a problem that we have as a people, and it is slowing down our progress as we move towards the kingdom. All right. The progress that we're supposed to be making should be exponential, but it slows down because we're picking and choosing when we're going to follow the commandments and live as the Most High commands us. Okay. That's the problem. You cannot do both. You can't be that dude from the street with the credibility that it comes with, that cool guy, and a man of the Lord at the same time. Because the man of the Lord is diametrically opposed to the street dude. Sister, you can't be that vixen that you was in the world that had the banging body and the pretty face and got all the attention and then try to be an Israelitess. So you can't be on Instagram doing the world famous post. I used to dress like this in the world so that you could show us yourself in your bikini, or you could show us your side profile and we could see what you got behind you. And then you end with the face shot with the seductive eyes with the head wrap. But now I've changed. The Wada Yahweh, that's fake. You still wanted everybody to know that you still got it.
Right.
Because that's what your mind is on. You need that validation from the world. It's not going to work. You can't do both. Brothers, how you join the camp, be a part of the body, be brothers in arms, and then the first moment that you run into adversity, you quit the camp, buck leadership, and then defy counsel. You was all for counsel when it was this brother with the problem. You was the main advocate. You should go talk to the elders. They wise, bro. I just love their wisdom, bro. But then when things didn't go your way and you was in a jam, not only did you buck leadership, bro, you don't know what I'm going through. You didn't seek counsel, which you would have told other people to go for. You didn't exercise any patience, which you would have told other people to have. And then you abandon your post and quit when you was just fighting to be members. You know why? Because you're trying to do both. So Satan, who's an expert opponent, right?
Yeah.
If you Orthodox, he's Southpaw. As soon as he shows up to the fight, he turned the other way. Come on. Yes, because you don't want that. If you smart, he's going to find somebody smarter. If you tough, he's going to find somebody tougher. And they're going to challenge you where you weakest at, not where you strong. The thing that you trained for the last 4 months and fasted for and asked the Most High to build you up about that energy that you was focused on and the person you was trying to be, he's not going to come as opposition to that. He's going to come as to what you lacked and what you didn't focus on. because he liked the easy way. It's always like that. And one way to get brothers, black men who are masculine, because some people come into the truth honestly because you want clout. You wasn't nobody. Priest Sabbath taught us this plainly. You wasn't nobody in the world. So what you do is you come into Israel and try to be somebody. Mm-hmm. So you're not really in Israel because you sold out for the truth. You here because you say, well, here's a place where I could stand out. So what you try to do is you try to use Israel as an avenue to exalt thyself. It's not going to work.
Never does.
It's not going to work. In the world, you wasn't the dude. You was not the man. You didn't have the work ethic or the courage to be the man in the world. So what you do is you come into the truth, and now we at camp, and you trying to fight everybody, and you know everything, and you putting your finger in people's face, and you over talking everybody. But in the world, nobody was listening to you, and you ain't got a damn thing to say because you ain't nobody. Right. Watch out. But then you come into the truth, and you start projecting this new personality. So now you're not being sincere. Sincerity is synonymous with honesty and being earnest. Insincerity is the opposite of truth. You insincere, right? You do all of that because you're trying to do both. Your goal was never to be a man of the Lord, which is the goal when you come into the truth. All right, I got to be a man of the Lord now. Your goal was to be somebody. You can't do both. I had a long talk with Roe. You sit down and you listen to this music and the lyrics that you enjoy. How? Just yesterday, me and Soldier Amari had a conversation because it's a Future song that we really like. I mean, the song is crazy. Yeah. And my rib, we listening to the song in the whip, and she goes, "What did he just say?" I said, "I heard that." I didn't even get to play Stupid. I couldn't even play Stupid. She said, "What did he just say?" I said, "No, I heard that." And the song went off. And I love Future. And the new songs just hit. It's crazy. Why does it sound like that, right? But you can't do both. How can I be Adawan Yahweh Allah and then I'm listening to a song where he literally said, "Riding with Satan again"?
He literally said that.
I'm riding around bumping that. I don't care how much I like that beat. Filipino or Korean, I don't even know what she is. I'm riding with Satan again. What? Once he said that, she looked at me, and this is where some of y'all try to do both. It's just music. I still ride to the hard songs. But I'm a man of the Lord, right? Your woman will watch you do that, and she be like, he ain't really about this. It's a front. He pretend when they around, but in reality, he the same dude. I'm not going out like that. She said it one time. She said, "You heard what he said?" I said, "Yep." Boop, song off. I couldn't deny. Yes, I heard that. I didn't, and I liked that song, and I never listened. We was in the car. We stopped at a red light. It got quiet, and because you can't really understand his lyric. I heard that. I said, she looked at me. She said, "You heard that?" I said, "Yeah, I heard that." Boop, song off. Got baby in the car.
It's crazy.
Because you can't do both. You can't do both. Our music artists win an award and go up and thank Jesus, but the song is about sex and being an adulterous whore. You just thank the Lord for your award. The Most High ain't give you that award. Satan gave you that award. Go to 2nd Ezra. Right? Go to 2nd Ezra. It's all about just renewing your mind. 2nd Ezra 9 and 10. Read that.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 10.
Yeah, it would have taught her an evil lesson against me. This dude is not sincere. He really worldly, and he do this Israelite thing because it's just something to do. But he's really just the same guy he always was. No. You can't do both. You can only do one. I'm going to explain as we go forward. Read that.
It's book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
See, you could receive benefits and not know the Most High. Somebody get up there and say, I want to thank the Most High for my lavish lifestyle. How many times did he thank the Lord? Not to kick the brother while he's down. How many times R. Kelly thanked the Lord? But look at the lifestyle that they moving with.
Right.
How many killers we know that got white Jesus tatted on their chest? Or they walk with a big white Jesus piece, and they do the sign of the cross and they go to church. But they kill you.
Got scripture tatted on their body.
You can't do both. They got the whole psalm up the arm, but the dude sell crack.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do both. You can't do both. Where is the line? You know, SOT teach practicality. Where is the line? We don't want to become weirdos and strange people where we're not relatable. I'm not telling you to become an alien, but you are going to become foreign to those who are sold out for the world. They're not going to recognize you.
Right.
Your family members, the people that you used to go to church with, once you come in this truth, they're not going to recognize you. And that hurts, and that causes us to want to do and trim our way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Bible says you trim your way to seek love. You cut corners to get love. Right? You can't do both. You can either be a man of the Lord, woman of the Lord, or you in the world. You can't be part-time man of the Lord, but you worldly. And that goes for you brothers that's holier than thou. You can't do both. Some of y'all is super righteous man. You're over righteous, right? Well, you can't be over righteous and be relatable. Even Solomon, the wisest to ever live, said, why be righteous over much? Why should you destroy yourself? Even he understands that, and he had complete wisdom, right? You can't do both. We just played the video a couple weeks ago. We in a room with a bunch of over-righteous brothers who all they talk about is law this, law that, Israelite this, Most High that, scripture this, scripture that. But then when it came to dealing with us, they treated us like garbage for no reason. Because they was trying to make a point that they're the top guys. You can't do both. You can't read Christ's rebuke of the Pharisees who seek the high seat and be like that.
Right.
You can't teach you being united in this truth and then separate yourself from brothers because they don't wear your jersey. You can't go in the street and teach people who don't even believe in the Most High God with all patience and love, and then other brothers who study the scriptures wanting to reason with you, you treat them like enemies and demons. That doesn't even make sense. You can't do both.
Doesn't make any sense.
You should treat everyone like that then.
Mm-hmm.
And when brothers check you on that, you become hysterical and make it about people hating on you. And we do this in this truth, man. And it's because we weak, okay? It is because we weak, and we still connected to the old man. I'm telling you, the old man is who you became to cope with this world. You could have been mistreated in your home. You could have come from a certain environment that caused you to have to adapt. You could have struggled a lot. You could have done what you had to do to keep your mental sanity. That is who the old man is. He's a suit of armor that you wear so that you can survive. But when you come into the truth, you're supposed to have a whole new outlook on the world and become a new man.
Yeah.
Well, the new man cannot approach problems the way the old man would do. You brothers, I'm always going to start with my organization and then go out. You brothers in my body, what y'all do is this. Everything is good until you fall into financial or marital problem. These are the two. When it becomes a financial problem, it becomes no faith. The hell with that. I got to do what I got to do because I need this. And then the truth gets thrown in the trash.
Yeah.
Because my finances is not what they used to be. Tell that to Job. Tell Job, your finances is why you don't have to worship the same. Job lost everything, including finances, and worshiped the same. He said, I will not depart from my integrity.
Call this woman a fool for even suggesting that.
Right? Marital problem. Once your wife becomes a headache for you, it's no longer counsel. But before, it was counsel.
Mm-hmm.
But then when, say, your woman becomes a thorn and she becomes an opponent of you, counsel is over. You no longer have faith that consistently showing up to counsel is the solution, even though the Bible said this. Go to Sirach. Give me well, just do this. Give me Proverbs 11 and 14.
Okay.
This is forgotten, right? You throw this out the window. As soon as the woman become a difficulty for, I'm talking to you brothers, man. Proverbs 11 and 14. Read loud.
It's book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in a multitude of counselors, there is safety.
But nah, that scripture don't mean anything anymore. Then brothers separate from the body. Something that the old man would have do. Things ain't going my way. I want to collapse on myself. I'm alone now. When you was with your brothers before, when it's time to take correction, the old man comes back. Remember? I want to join the camp. I want to be with you brothers. I love the way y'all teach. Y'all message is relatable. I think that y'all work is really the work of the Most High, and y'all the brothers I was meant to be with. Then you did something wrong. And them same brothers you was running to be with, that you was trying to be like, had to check you. And now all of a sudden, yo, I'm going to fall back. Because that's what the man and the old man would have did that. You can't tell the old man nothing. Hey, yo, you supposed to be here. You wasn't there. Nah, bro, you got to answer for that. Bro, I don't answer to nobody. Matter of fact, the hell with everything. Just delete my number, bro. No, we good. Right? And then I do the opposite. Once I get the disrespect, after I done tried with you, and I could easily get like, yo, I run the camp. Who you talking to? Send it to subordinate. Don't even message me. But when brothers message me, I'll be like, all right, I understand where you're coming from. And I do exactly what they ask, and they still talk to me crazy. So then that's when I say, now delete my number. I did everything you asked. You have no respect for me. There's no reason to call me. I have a blessed day. You go see me on class. Don't call me. Don't message me. You're not going to have access to me with disrespect, right? But nobody disrespected you.
Right.
You was wrong. So a brother had to call. You know how many times I've seen it? A brother got to call you, and look, we got to put on the kid gloves. For a grown man who's out of line, put them on. Ak, remember that thing you were supposed to do when you signed up that you said you would do? You haven't been doing it. Yeah, I know, but wop. But bro, you kind of got to do what you agreed to do, or else it has to be a consequence. Nah, what? See, when really it should be like, brothers should be numbers. Like, number 5, not doing what you're supposed to do, cross it off. But we love you so much, we try not to. But let me slow all the way down. You should be offended that as a grown man, brothers got to talk to you nice.
You gotta hold your hand.
Brothers can tell me the truth. Brothers can tell me the truth. Y'all, you fell off. You're not doing your classes. You coming on class, you reading the wrong precept. You getting proud. Whatever. Brothers should be able to tell me that direct. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say, can you show me that? Can you give me an example? What you talking about? Brother, see, you ain't listening. No. I asked you, can you show me when I did that? And then make me face it.
Right. Supposed to do that.
And if you right, you right. Because every counsel is not good. Every counsel is not of the Lord. Some men counsel for themselves. Right? That's the first thing brothers do is they put counsel down. Instead of saying, nah, I got a body that I'm a part of. Yeah, I'm struggling and having a hard time. Y'all need to talk to y'all, man. What do y'all think I should do? Well, that would be welcoming brothers in and embracing a brotherhood. But y'all don't know how to do it because the old man ain't know how to do that. The old man had to do everything by himself. That doesn't mean the old man don't got trauma. People didn't put him down. People wasn't willing to hear where he's coming from. That doesn't mean that. That could be very true. But when you come into this truth, you inherit a brand new family of a bunch of new creatures.
Right.
That's right.
You must destroy the old man. You can't bring him with you where you going. He's actually a ball and chain, holding you back. He's the source of your insecurities. He is the source of your jealousies. He is the source of your procrastinations. He's the source of all your shortcomings. Because the man that the Most High designed you to be don't have those limitations. Because he got the scriptures with him. Right? Give me Ephesians 4 and 22. Give me Ephesians 4 and 22. I'm telling you, y'all Israel, y'all are pathetic when it comes to taking correction. Oh my God. We got a video on it, how to take correction.
Yeah.
You need to watch it.
Camp video too.
You need to watch it. You know why? Because I know how to take correction. And then what brothers do is they do this. Because it's a good quality to take correction, brothers lie on you. And then when you oppose the lie, they say, well, that's because you don't want to take correction. If a brother is wrong, he's wrong. There are times that I've apologized when I ain't even do nothing. Because the mouth puts out contention. It can either blow on the fire or spit on it to put it out. Right. Both of these things come from the mouth. I know how to apologize when I didn't even do nothing. And do you know brothers hate that? Because they want you to suffer. So when you take it upon yourself to suffer, like, all right, who I got to say sorry to, bro? Because you're tripping right now. But you know what? If it makes you feel better, I will apologize for that. Who I need to talk to. And you go and do it, them brothers is still not happy. Because they want you sad. They want to seize the preeminence over you. Like now you in debt to me somehow. That's the old man saying, here's how you can be somebody. Abase him. I ain't gonna let you do that to me, bro. I know too much Bible.
It's pathetic.
I don't know all the Bible. I don't know everything. But I know too much Bible to allow you to do that to me. Because I don't do that to nobody. People hate saying sorry to me. People say sorry to me like 3 months later. They do something crazy and I go, whatever, man. Whatever, man. I just go on with life. 3 months later, Adawan, I just want to say, yo, I was kind of out of line. And what do? It's all right. It's all good. You know? It be like that because y'all are weak at the basics, which is the stuff you're supposed to be learning when you come into the truth. Because you got the old man with you and he don't want to learn that.
Right.
The old man want to learn the breakdown so he could be the top guy that know the breakdown. The old man want access to the women in the truth.
Right.
And the option to have his wives. The old man wants to be seen in the video. Stands close to the camera. Whoever's got the mic, he's standing next to him. It's all in the camera. He always adding on. But he's not making lessons like that. He's not out doing the unseen work like that. Right? You can't use him for that. He's not helpful to that. He don't support. Can't use him like that. Because he got the old man motivations. I just want to be somebody and I'll do it this way. That's why some of y'all music is trash. Y'all don't love music. You want to make music because you want to be a star. You don't want to make music because that's what's in your heart. It goes like that with everything. You see athletes that play sports and their heart is not in it. What happened?
Oh, wow.
You ever seen a boxer who got the size and the strength, but his heart is not in it?
He kissed the canvas.
What happens? It's the same thing with the truth. Read this, Ephesians 4:22. Read that.
God. Speak of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
See, the old man is corrupt because he has been deceived by his desires. Corrupt according to deceitful lust. Go to Romans 6:6. You can't bring him with you. Read on.
God. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
It's impossible. So what I'm trying to say is it's a skill to be relatable, but not to be what they're relating to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
A street dude could relate to me, but I am not a street dude no more. I used to think that was important. Yo, I'm from Woodlawn, right by ocean. I'd be outside. I could go on the Ave and be outside. You can see, I'd be outside. You can see me. My parents ain't raised me to care about that, right? But it became important to me because I connected that to being important, right? To being a man. I have credibility. That mattered to me. That doesn't work now. How am I going to teach somebody the scriptures and righteousness, but I'm trying to be a street dude?
Right.
They're going to see through that. The Most High going to show them that. Or Satan going to point that out and try to make an embarrassment out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can relate to the street dude. I understand why he's like that because not only do I have family, friends that live that way, I was pursuing it myself. So then it'd be like, I can understand the thought process. So just because I could relate to him don't mean I want to be that, right? But at the same time, you don't want to be holier than thou.
Right.
Because that's not relatable. Who could relate to holier than thou? You holier than Jesus.
Right.
You super righteous brother. No. Paul said, condescend to the level of your brother.
Right.
Mind not high things. These is all things that you got to understand. That's why leadership is hard. That's a lesson we got. You could go and watch that. Because we could try to lead brothers, and it's easy to lead brothers when they eager to follow. But once the brother buck you, and you got to make that judgment call like, nah, don't defy me. Do your job like I'm supposed to do mine. This is a team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You see it all the time in sports. Brothers don't want to practice. It hurts the team.
Mm-hmm.
But he got talent, but he don't want to practice. It hurt the team. He don't want to run the play. He want to do it his way. He give up on the play. Everybody else still trying. And then lo and behold, the opportunity presented itself, but you gave up on the play. You can't even use them guys. They get traded away. They out the league. Mm-hmm. It is the same concept in this truth. Except you don't get traded. You just, the Most High get rid of you.
Yeah.
We don't see you at camp no more. We don't see you teaching no more. And then eventually brothers forget about you and you become a memory. But that's because you was doing it for the wrong reasons. But you're supposed to put off the former conversation. You're not even supposed to think like that no more. Mm-hmm. Right? It's a right way to be in this truth. Read it again.
Come on. It's Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 22.
Go ahead.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust.
The old man, you can't do both. You can't be the old man and the new creature. You can't do both. The old man, like, and we do this in the truth. We still gonna do the birthdays. But the first time somebody that don't know the truth talking to you, you correcting them on birthdays. Mm-hmm. But you still gonna do it though. When your birthday come around, you looking. It is my birthday. But you was just teaching that we don't celebrate birthdays. But I know, but you know what I'm saying? It's my birthday. Like, wait, bro, you can't do both. Right?
Right.
You was in the street teaching that the woman is to submit to her husband as unto the Lord. And you got home and you didn't want no problems with your wife and you did not try to correct her. You just let her have it. You can't do both. Why are you in the street telling me that I'm supposed to rule my household and that's why I should follow you because you know to tell me that, but you're not attempting to rule your household because you don't want no problems with your wife. See that? That hypocrisy spirit, Satan is always right there trying to make a hypocrite out of everybody. That's his best technique. I'm going to just make a hypocrite out of you because a hypocrite shall what? Shall not stand before the Lord. Which was the point of that chapter, but then brothers is trying to use that chapter to teach that Job sinned. That's another thing. Sidebar.
To justify themselves.
You can't do both.
Nope.
Right? You can't tell brothers they need to read and study, and you don't do that. So then when you get an assignment, it's like, I don't want to do that. Well, did you just tell brothers that they got to read and study? You've been given an assignment. Go read and study that. Because we give assignments in SOT. And an assignment in SOT is a gift. You're supposed to watch class. But when you get an assignment, it's because brothers think you are worthy to read this and learn this information and then come and bring it back to all of us and teach us. Brothers don't even look at it like that. They give them an assignment, they put it down.
Extra work.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to look at 2-3 weeks past. Like, all right. Or they just throw something together. You can't do both. I tell that to my captains. You're a captain because you wanted more responsibility. You can't become captain and then complain about having more responsibility. That's the purpose of being a captain. You do more work than everybody else. You're not a captain so that people could look at you and say, he got the black shirt, I'm cool now. You're a captain because I want to do more work than everybody else. So then how can I do less work than my captains? That don't make no sense. So that's why I'm always teaching. You think I'm on Clubhouse because I like talking to them crazy people? Y'all think I like talking to them people? Have y'all heard the grief talking to people on that app that I feel?
Shit's annoying.
It's bad.
But I need the reps. Mm-hmm. And then the first time we was tried in camp in real time for the stuff that we've been going over on Clubhouse, people got smoked.
Yes.
It wasn't even close. You talking to brothers that's authorities. We don't speak as the scribes. We speak as though we have authority on this subject. That take work and desire. You can't do both. Brothers, I told brothers in my camp, I'm always going to start with my body first. I told brothers in my camp, sit down. And on the first of the month, write down all the money that you made, add it all up. And that's a number. And then go through your bank statements and look at everything you bought last month. Fast food to personal items. Every single thing. And add it up. And tell me how much money you spent last month versus how much you earned. And what is the difference? Nobody in my camp did it. And now I'm going at all of y'all. Nobody came to me and said, I did it, Adawan. I see what you're talking about. I ended up with a negative. I actually spent more than I earned last month. And it was careless thing. Nobody. But I went to my body. Now I'm coming to the class. I'm asking y'all. You can't be both. You can't say, well, I want the house. I want a new car. I want better for my kids. But you still, money flow through your hands like water. You can't do both. I want to get in shape. I want my figure to change. I want to be more healthy. I want to have less health problems. But I love my food. You can't. It has to suck. You have to embrace the suck. Something has to suck. Pause. It has to be terrible. Damn, I got to give up something. But the reward is later. The Most High asks you to give up sin. Mm-hmm. The reward is later. You know how easy it'd be to serve the Most High? As soon as you stop doing a certain sin, there was a reward right there. You would be like hamsters. You would be like the monkey that pressed the button and the reward comes out. The Most High don't operate like that. You have to endure hardness as a good soldier. So you have to do it because it's right to do, not even because you want something. The old man does things for rewards. The new man does it because it's right to do. You can't be both. There has to be a separation, and then eventually that person has to go, and there only has to be one remaining, the new creature. That's what we're trying to show you. Go to Colossians 3 and read verse 5. Colossians 3 and 5.
God's book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil, it's like
concupiscence,
evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things' sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience.
Read.
In the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them.
You walked in those things when you lived in them. Now we don't live in that anymore, right? If we don't live in that anymore, then what are we doing? How are we still following after these things? The Bible called it idolatry. He called covetousness idolatry, because you want something so bad you would put it before God. When you used to be like that, you can't be in the truth and still be like that, right? Brothers still victim to lust in the truth. I counsel this stuff. Listen to me. Brothers got wives and is still concupiscent, meaning inordinate sexual desire.
Right.
They want to be pleased so bad they put their wife in danger. Then when the wife complains, they be mad at the wife.
Get mad at her. Don't make no sense.
What kind of man of the Lord is this? That because the old man would have did that. Because the old man only cares about himself. So even when I do somebody else wrong, once they complain, I'm mad at them. But I hurt them. The reason that you struggling with that is because you still living in the flesh of the old man. You never put him away. You never killed him. The Bible says you got to kill the old man. And this is the nature of the lesson that we're trying to teach you. All right. When I teach you, I teach myself. You know, listen, I would like nothing more than to prop myself on the couch comfortable with a PlayStation controller in my hand, playing my game of choice, with my beverage of choice, with my snack of choice, with the AC on, with no distractions, to completely zone out to my heart's content. But that takes time. That means time away from the family, time away from the ministry, time away from your prospects of what you're trying to become in this life. And you had to sacrifice. Which one of these am I not going to do so I can do exactly what I want to do? But then you have to face the reality. The reason I do not have that which I desire is because I'm so busy doing what I want to do. What I want to do is not leading me to what I want, but it's what I want to do. Think about that. That'll make no sense. That's why James said this. Go to James. Go to James 4 and read verse 1.
Come on. Let's look at James chapter 4 and verse 1. From whence come wars?
Wait, let the people get it.
Oh, so like you.
James 4 and 1. 27 people on the call? Explain that. How many brothers in the camp? You have to do something about that.
Gone. It's James chapter 4 and verse 1.
Go.
From whence come wars and fighting among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust?
They come. The thing that you want, right? Lust is not always talking about sex. It's just something that you desire. Most problems that you have is because of what you truly desire. If you desire to be a man of the Lord, you're going to make certain choices, right? That means people going to mock you, who you think you are. You taking this too serious. You too wrapped up in this Bible stuff. Now remember, when you was Baptist man or Muslim man, and you was praying 4 times a day, or you was going to church 7 times a week, everybody backed you.
Mm-hmm.
And they was your advocate too. Oh, brother such and such is Muslim. Yeah, he got the kufi on. You came in with the long gown to the floor with the kufi on, nobody say nothing. You become an Israelite, you want to study the Bible, and you want to actually change, everybody challenging your choice. Nobody backing you, support you. Nobody say, hey, good job. You want to keep God's laws?
Oh, that's
hey, brother.
That's a good thing.
Wow. You learning Hebrew and Greek?
Knowledgeable.
Wow. It doesn't go like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you wanted to be a Muslim and you brought the prayer mat in the house, people was helping you move the furniture.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, watch out.
They don't know nothing about Islam, but it sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to become an Israelite, you put fringes on. Yo, you're taking this a little too serious. Okay. Nobody said that when you had a kufi on. Nobody said that when you was having mass and walking around with rosary beads and tattooing white Jesus on your body,
Right.
a big cross on your arm. Everybody want to take pictures of it. Nobody said, hold on. Why did you tattoo a gigantic cross on your body? You're taking this a little too far. That's the way the world go.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
Con. Even your lust that war in your members. Ye lust and have not.
See, you lust and you have not. Come on.
Ye kill and desire to have.
You out there hunting and you bring something in, but you still don't have what you want. You want more. Go ahead.
And cannot obtain.
You still don't have it. Go ahead.
Ye fight in war.
Come on.
Yet ye have not.
You still don't have it. Read.
Because ye ask not.
Mm-hmm.
Ye ask and receive not. Because ye ask amiss.
And then when you do ask, you're only asking for selfish reasons. None of you have ever asked the Most High to increase your funds, your wealth, or your health so you can help other people. You only want it for yourself. Hey, this brother crazy. Danny Phantom said that dashiki was no problem.
Mm-mm.
When you was Africa, man, and you showed up with a dashiki with the black Africa in a circle pendant,
Yeah.
everybody was hugging you. You showed up with a shirt with fringes on, yo, you're taking this a little too serious.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting wrapped up. Don't you think you're getting too wrapped up in this Israelite stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's always like that, right? But that's how you know you're on the right path. Just stay on that path. Stop desiring things for self-need. That's what the old man only care about himself. The thing about being an Israelite is you become selfless. You become about your family, your brothers and sisters in your nation, right? So that involves sacrifice, and that's uncomfortable. But the reward is at the end, okay? That's right. Sister Candace said, when you put on that ankh, you was getting praised. You know, you was drawing a damn eye of Horus on your face.
With a rat tail.
Some of you tattooed a damn pharaoh or sphinx on your neck. Nobody said nothing. You say you don't eat pork, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You say you're going to do Passover, it's a problem. It's just the way of the world, man. But you cannot do both. Being in the truth is easy. I'm going to tell you this. Being in the truth is easy because the instructions is here. So you can follow a step-by-step instructions on what to do. And the Most High is a great teacher. He explained things plain, right? Just follow that. The video I was going to post for you tonight, I was going to show you the mind of a Christian. They think they debating us.
Yeah.
They are unable to disconnect from their presupposition and go, wait, everything they said,
We can read it.
they read something that said that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when I'm disagreeing with them, I'm disagreeing with what that says.
I'm disagreeing with what the Bible actually reads.
And the video is going to point that out beautifully. Y'all will see it tomorrow. And the Christian be really feeling sorry for you. Like they be shaking their head like, you guys just don't get it. Like, what do we not get? We're teaching you.
The man said, why are they damning themselves?
Yeah. You guys are damning yourself. How? By listening to God? That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all are that person in the truth. When it's time to correct you, no. We show you the scripture. Yeah, but that ain't. See, well, brother, you need to look at yourself. Well, how did it become about me? I'm going to have my day, but this is your day.
I'm showing you what the Most High God said, and you're going to make it about me. That's what you would be doing if you're not arguing with us. We're reading to you what great men have said through inspiration of the Most High God. If we read Paul saying the same thing we're saying, then that means you would tell Paul, well, what about what you did, Paul?
Or Christ.
Or Christ.
Most of the time we're reading you Christ's words and then y'all are disagreeing. Huh?
It don't make no
You're not
sense.
disagreeing. Or you do as a last resort, you throw a smoke bomb. Oh, y'all, that's y'all interpretation. No, it's not. It says that.
Come on, bro. It literally says
it. It says it. You think we teach complex scriptures out in the street? We teach the basic, easy stuff. Thou shalt not, we read it. The brother said, y'all are overwhelming me with scriptures. Y'all are going from scripture to scripture. Captain Dirac says, because you asking us question after question. You mad that we going to the answer, but you're constantly asking us questions. And he stopped for a minute, the dude, and he glitched because he was getting it, but it was like, nah. The old man was like, these guys can't be right. The way we doing it is comfortable. Those of us that are in the truth, we put comfort to the side. Your family start tripping.
Yeah.
I don't like what you're doing. Damn, you don't like me reading the Bible? Nah, not the way you reading it. What way? But any other time it was all right. You know, Granny got the Bible in the middle of the room with $1 in it. Open to one of the Psalms. Nobody read it. You reading the book and learning it is a problem. You know, that's the way it go. All right. You cannot do both. You can't try to. Let's go to Matthew.
I got Slack. Yeah, I'm on Matthew 6.
5 and 15. Start at 14.
Let's look at Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14.
Read that.
Ye are the light of the world.
See that? Go ahead.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
That what you are. You a city set on a hill. City of righteousness. An exemplary person. Because you represent people that understand and believe the scriptures. Read.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
You can't light a candle and then put it under a basket, man. What was the point? There's no light shining. So you actually have to be what you profess to be in all situations. That's the hard part. Because the situations is diverse. Problem with your wife. Problem with your brother. Problem with your son. Problem with your daughter. Problem with your father. Problem with your mother. In all of those situations, you're supposed to be that city that's on a hill. How does a man of the Lord approach that problem? But you know what you do? You approach it like the old man. I know how to deal with this person. I'm going to handle them this way. I know how to deal with her. I'm going to deal with her this way. I know how to deal with him. I'm going to deal with him this way. You cannot do both. Your enemy is too powerful. So when he's going to make a hypocrite out of you instantaneously. The corner you cut to avoid issue with this person in a matter of righteousness was actually an opportunity to please the Lord. I done built you up, gave you the skills, now apply it. And you said, nah, I'm going to cut a corner. And then your adversary's like, see? It's the same thing. Y'all don't understand. Christians are using the book of Job for the wrong purpose. They only go there to try to argue that Job was not perfect. Why would it make no sense?
After the Most High called him perfect.
It doesn't make any sense. But the book of Job shows you many diverse situations where you have to be the spiritual man through adversity.
Can't overcome.
Right? Satan gonna see you, and his arguments is very carnal. Satan said, look, man, just take away his finances. Take away his health. The only reason he served you is because he got every damn thing. Right? That's evil. Your opponent is that petty.
And that's how he thinks of you. He wants to prove it to the Most High.
That's petty. I'm not bothering nobody, and you're gonna come and try to destroy my life to make a point to God who already knows my heart. That's why you can't be down with him. That's why when I heard Future say that, well, I'm not riding with Satan. Boop, that's off.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I was bumping that album. Like, nah. I like them beats, but nah. And there's no reason for you to say that unless you meant it.
Could have said anything.
You could have said anything. The only reason you said that is because you meant that, right?
Lyrically inclined.
That's off. That. Or another part of me could have been like, nah, you know how I go. He ain't mean it like that. Like, now I'm speaking for the man. No.
Nah, bro. That's not justifiable.
The man I'm trying to be, we ain't riding to that. I could find something better. It's a whole bunch of better options out there, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of the people that's caught up in this thing with Puff is deceitful lust because, well, I want to be a Grammy Award winner. I want to be an elite musician. I want to be in this circle. Well, I'm going to give up my body and let people handle me?
It's crazy.
What about the person that just most recently allowed themselves to be handled and then the brother got locked up and can't help you?
You damn, you made an investment and you did not get any return.
No return.
Dang, brother. It's over with for you.
You can't do both. You cannot do both. You got some nerve, get up there and thank God. Mm-hmm. And you doing people like that. That's people don't really believe in the Lord. You really an atheist. You really don't believe because the God of this Bible, I'm scared of him. Yeah. This God don't play. He'll reach out and touch you, man.
He'll kill you.
He killeth and maketh alive, and there is none that could deliver out of his hand.
That's right.
All right? That's the God of the Bible. Can y'all hear me on the call? You can't do both. Give me Sirach 26 and 28.
Khan. When everyone has to say Khan.
Sirach 26 and 28.
Khan. The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin.
Say it again.
One that returneth from righteousness to sin.
Remember we did a lesson a couple months back? This is just the way it go. I'm just telling you how it goes. That's grievous to see a brother who was righteous return to his sin. And everything about life is trying to bring you back to sin. Mm-hmm. It is the way it is. It's the nature of this fight that we fight. Right? See how casually I discuss it? You could still be the same relatable person, but you're a new creature. You don't have to become an alien, right? I don't like it when brothers learn the truth and then everything is like, nah, because the Lord said this. You're very strange to the family, and you actually run them away, and they think that becoming an Israelite has actually destroyed you. It's because of you, right? Calm down. You don't have to prove to nobody that you study in the Bible. Mm-hmm. Right? Like everything your family says does not require you to correct them scripturally. If you feel that your family is so off that everything they say, you got to give them a Bible study, don't go around them.
Right.
Keep no company. So, or otherwise relax. Speak, young man, if there be need of thee. Right? Mm-hmm. When great men are in place, do not use many words. Sometimes just relax. lead by example. It's different than you ordering food and you ordered a burger and you say, I like this burger, I just don't want it with no bacon. You can stop right there. Because we sitting around a table, polite conversation, right? My father told me, don't talk about religion or politics at the dinner table. Don't do that. Just eat, right? Polite conversation. That's older wisdom, right? Sirach said that. Use not many words when there is a banquet and music is playing. Like, just chill.
Enjoy.
Relax. What are you doing?
Nigga want to have a debate at a banquet. Like, come on, man.
Just say, I want that sandwich, just no bacon. That's not an opportunity for you to point out somebody else's meal. And you know y'all not supposed to be eating pork. Leviticus. Now you make people hate the Israelites and the truth. Let the Most High have his perfect work. You just stay right. And then when somebody asks you what is the meaning of your discipline,
Right.
Explain it.
Right. It happens all the time.
Yo, you don't eat pork no more? You Muslim? No, I'm not Muslim. Oh, so why you don't eat pork? I'm an Israelite. See how I didn't add nothing to that?
Right.
Israelite. Oh, you one of them dudes that be yelling in the street? Have you ever seen me doing that? See, y'all don't have to wear the hat that we wear.
Right.
As students, you're not responsible for the thousands of brothers who teach, and all of these different men have different issues. There are some brothers who teach, they bugged out. What? It's some brothers who teach the Bible, they bugged out of their mind. They was weird in the world. What you think they're going to be once they learn some scriptures? They're going to be bugged out too, just knowing the Bible. And then we become, you don't have to be responsible. You Israelites, y'all out in the street screaming at people, calling the black woman a nigger woman. Like, have you ever seen me do that? So why are you doing that?
Oh man.
Christians burn crosses in people's grass. Is that you?
Right. Are you one of them?
Are you one of them? That ain't the same, bro. Why not?
Muslims be blowing up buildings.
Are you Muslim? Like you could always do the lowest common denominator of anybody. You think Israelites don't got weirdo brothers with us? Yes. Right. Weird niggas. All right.
Yeah,
we got some weird niggas.
Weird brothers out there. Weird brothers.
All right. Why they laughing? Sorry. Slock. We have some strange brothers. Right? Now they just strange knowing the Bible. Nigga call you 4 o'clock in the morning. Talking about the seals in Revelation. Yo, what? Oh, you ain't got time for the Lord, huh, brother?
Brother, it's 3:30 a.m.
What? I got kids. I got kids, bro. Kids?
Oh my God.
The most I kill them children. Like,
did Christ say he give you 10-fold? You ain't fit for the kingdom.
You know what? Never mind. You ain't got the word.
I see what the love is. Why? I had to wake up, bro.
A brother called me on Facebook Messenger last week. Out of nowhere. Bro. I don't even know this dude. Calls me on Facebook. I answer the phone because I think it's a phone call. It's really Facebook Messenger. I answer the phone. Hello? Yeah, this is Joel. And you know, I'm suspicious. I'm like, yeah, what's the nature of this phone call? Who's this? Oh, this is a brother in the truth.
Damn, you can't tell me your name and you know my name.
Huh? A brother in the truth. What do you? Where do I know you from? Well, on Facebook. Okay, what is your name? I'd rather not say. What? Why?
You calling
Yo,
me?
I'm on the phone.
You called me.
Ask my. I'm on the phone. I'm like, and I said it like this. Look how much self-discipline. We grown adult people. If you call on my phone, you have to tell me who you are, or you have to get off of my telephone. Oh no, it ain't like that, brother. I just had a question, you know, on about this. Well, brother, I take questions on class on Friday night. You can ask me questions there. I don't take questions over the phone, and you know, can't just call me like that, brother. You know, that's very inconsiderate. I said it just like that. And you know what the brother said? You right. My fault. All right, I'll ask class on Friday. Shalom. And I still don't know who that was. That's a strange brother. Like, what made you think that I'm a human being?
Think about it. Nah, I don't want to give my name, but I'm going to ask you on Class Friday. You ask on the YouTube, your name pops up. You ask on the call, your name pops up. Like, why would you? Why you don't want me to know you? It's some weird brothers, yo. Some very strange brothers.
But you was weird in the world. What I'm trying to tell y'all is you don't have to be so averted to that type of brother that you become worldly to try to prove to people that you're not him. Just relax. You don't have to do both. Just be you in this truth, but be set apart. Yes, you got to wear your fringes. How many of you brothers that do this work are outside in the street trying to win a debate and you go for the body blow where your fringes at though? You say you're not in sin. I don't see no fringes. Hold on. I hate that argument. So that means you wear fringes everywhere you go without fail. Niggas don't want to make eye contact. Nah. That means you wear fringes everywhere you go without fail every time. Well, not every time. So, okay, sometimes. So don't do that to them.
Chill out.
You can't be both. Either you the brother that understands that everybody's going to slip, don't know everything, but it's about where the heart is at. Or you the brother that if you don't keep it perfectly, I'm going to criticize you and tear you down. You can't be both. So I'm telling you to chill. So now we taught you not to be a hypocrite, but now we're telling you just relax. Now that's going to be translated as Joel is saying you don't have to wear fringes. Watch.
It's going to be 20 DMs.
You're watching the class right now trying to figure out how to do that.
I'm telling you right now, because you said that, everybody in the organization is going to get 20 DMs. Why y'all teach this? Why y'all teaching you ain't got to wear fringes?
Did I say that?
Happens.
Did I say that?
No, you did not say that.
No.
I'm talking about brothers' nature and attitude when representing. Hebrew Israelites need advocacy. We need PR. The Christians describe who we are to the nation.
Yeah, they represent us.
They represent us as complete fanatics. What I'm saying is we real cool dudes we're young men, black, native, and Hispanic who have excellent authority over scripture.
That's right.
And we're not seen as that. We're either seen as fanatics or frauds. Over righteous or fake. When the best way to represent yourself is to be earnest. We got a lesson. Be earnest in all your deeds. Right?
Right.
That's right.
You sisters, man. You can't be both. Oh, you thought you was gonna get away? You can't be both. You can't put that head wrap on and that dress and come to Passover, but then tomorrow you eat. Because you're wearing an Israelite costume. You're not really an Israelite test. That's not you. Right? I put a post on Instagram. I should share it. There's a pastor who he said that, men have to die for their woman. That's the only way she'll follow. And you're not doing it right unless you died for her. But then I'm like, well, how can she follow me if I'm dead? But women was eating the doctrine up, right? So I challenged it. I said, well, now, the book of Ephesians does say husbands are to love their wives like the church. But it goes on to say that women are to submit to their husband as to the Lord. Do you know how much hate I got for that?
You got jumped in the comments.
Wow.
I was like, nah, I ain't about to add nobody.
Do you see how many?
Yes.
I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing but what the Bible said. I said, well, look, this doctrine is effeminate. The brother is teaching this because it sounds pleasing to the ears of women, but he's not being honest with these women. The Most High didn't say submit when he's a good leader, then you submit naturally. Y'all, that's the scriptures of the Evelations.
Right.
Y'all learn that from Eve.
Mm-hmm.
If he leads properly, I'll submit naturally. That's Everonomy.
Yes.
That ain't in the Bible.
That ain't the scripture.
The Lord said, you submit to your husband as unto the Lord, period.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't say if.
Right.
So I tried to teach the women that. They said, I have no discernment and the Spirit of God is not with me. I said, well, I didn't say it. The Bible said, yeah, but your interpretation is wrong. Well, how do you interpret? It says that.
They call it 1 Corinthians 11:3 chronological order.
They hated on it.
What? Wait, hold on. What the you know what chronological order means?
What are you talking about, sis? I'm like, the order is 1 Corinthians 11:3. What are you talking about? And then the sister who messaged me attacking my biblical understanding, right? I kept it regular. I didn't say I'm a leader of a congregation. I've been studying the Bible 30 years. I have traditional teaching. I didn't do none of that.
They love hitting us with that.
I didn't do none of that. I just said, sis, it says it, right? And she says, bye. Stop. Are you stalking me? Like, wait, how am I stalking you? And you message me. I didn't even talk to you. But that's the thought process, right? Eve. Some of y'all are in the truth and y'all are just like that.
Eve's different.
The truth is easy for you and enjoyable for you until you do something wrong. And then your husband bring you to counsel. And then we got to check you. And then y'all start singing. What do I mean when y'all start singing? It's what because why? No. That's a song. Y'all start singing. Because you're not comfortable saying, oh, yeah, you know what? The Bible says that. I got to submit to that. And I want to because I want to please God. It's over with. What else do I need to do, Adawan? Sisters don't talk like that. It's because you're trying to do both. You're trying to be that entitled girl in the world that got the princess treatment that was right even when she was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then you want to put the head wrap on too and the fringes sometimes, right? You can't do that. The thing about it is you could front for me, but when the judgment and the Most High come to deal with all flesh, you can't run game on God. You can run game on these niggas out here. You can't run game on the Lord, sis. I don't care how good you look.
It's like it.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you come around, you come to the congregation, you want to gather with a body because you want to prove to other sisters that you're more righteous than them. That's why you any chance you get, you want to say something.
Over talking. Brothers teaching, you talking. So that means you don't care what we saying. But you came to be with us. And you're not even listening to us.
And then when brothers turn around and be like, yo, sis.
Hold it down. You offended.
You offended.
But
how?
Come on.
Come on, man.
That's because you're trying to do both. Don't nobody check me, but I'm the example Israelite woman. Then what Israelite woman talk like that?
Right.
Or thinks like that? And this is the mirror we holding up that we have to look in first. You think we make this lesson up?
No.
We have to apply it to ourselves first. That's the mirror that we hold up that we was willing to look in, but we want you to look too. And are you pleased with what's looking back? Is it real? You're not going to run game on God.
That's right.
You can manipulate your husband. You can manipulate that man you courting. The Lord said this, Ezekiel 9:4. Ezekiel 9:4.
It's the book of Ezekiel.
We're going to get a couple more, then we're going to take some questions.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young,
and
both maids and little children.
Maids and kids, women and kids, man. Mm-hmm. That's the Lord you dealing with. You can't run game on him. So what we trying to do is save you from that judgment and say, sis, the black woman specifically, the Hispanic woman specifically, you have now become a sex object. You are not great thinkers. You are not the ultimate compassionate creature, you are not the example of femininity.
You're not looked at as the model of motherhood either.
The reality is all young women are emulating strippers right now.
Yep.
That's all they do is twerk and copy them dance moves and take pictures backwards.
Yep.
The idea of beauty is how fat your ass is. So what do you mean, mic out? Nobody else saying that. Mic check.
Hey, are we good on the YouTube?
Mic check.
Yeah.
We good.
Might just be your end.
You're shy. It might be you, Art. Your young women is literally strippers.
Yeah.
It was a time only strippers knew how to do the moves. Now young women got poles in their house.
Yep.
It was a time that a stripper was looked down on, but now all women emulate that archetype.
Mm-hmm.
Any opportunity to wobble that, they taking it. That's what you have become. That's base. The other nations look at our women as sexual objects to defecate on.
Literally.
Yes.
So when we come to you and we say, you shouldn't present yourself that way, wop, wop-de-wop, you're defiant. Because somebody's not that I'm trying to tell you what to do. I think you're too valuable to look and carry on like that. But you can't receive it. That's the problem we face, sisters, when we talk to Eve in the world. You're supposed to be the buffer. You're supposed to be the example. She's supposed to look at you and be ashamed.
Yeah.
But how is she going to feel that way when you're just like her when you're not at camp or at a feast day? You teach her nothing. You only do that because you're man in that. But I know you. That same thing that we was talking about for the men, it's on y'all sisters too. Our nation is destroyed. Our women is bad. Okay? It's bad. We at an all-time low. Everybody a stripper now. I mean, every girl do the same moves and present themselves that way. Go to a college homecoming.
Yep.
These is all our daughters. Look at them. The young men, everybody, remember, with such followers, all the young men had a shiesty mask. Now they doing whippets. That's for the backcountry, backwoods white boy. Now we doing whippets? Never. But we wise to do evil. It's because we trying to do both. The same girls that's dancing like that got woman of God in their bio. You can't do both.
You got Proverbs 31.
You gotta either be it or you not that. So for y'all that's on class tonight with me under the power of my voice, make a decision, man. It's crucial. Make a decision. Who am I gonna be? All right. Y'all all said I ain't gotta be a weirdo, but at the same time, I can't be a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Think about it. Give me Sirach 34 and 25. A whippet, Roe said, what is a whippet? It's that galaxy gas. It's basically huffing CO2. That was like Steve-O from Jackass was doing that.
Yeah, they literally were doing that.
So that they could do their stunts and not feel no pain. It destroys your brain cells, makes you literally stupid. But now our young men is walking around with a container of CO2 to huff it, having seizures.
And at the same time, the toughest guys in the world. You can't be both. You cannot be the toughest guy in the world, but you can't run a block because your body is filled up with CO2.
And you out your mind.
Come on, man. Stop.
What we're trying to do is tell you that if your fear is being ostracized, let that go. Let that insecurity go. That's in your mind. You don't have to prove you in this truth to nobody. You choosing to act like that.
Right.
You can stay you, meaning your sensibilities remain, but you do not break God's laws no more. You stop doing that. And you've made the change. Sisters, you can't listen. You can't be overbearing, loudmouth, unable to take correction, and unwilling to be checked, but be an Israelitess. Israelite women is the most humble, feminine, demure women on the face of the earth. Order. They are examples and pillars of rest. You have to choose to be like that. You can't dress like it, but still be Eve. You can't do both. Read that.
Come. Let's look at Sirach chapter 34.
And then we're going to get the last
25.
scripture.
He that washeth himself after the touching of a dead body, if he touch it again, what availeth his washing?
See, dead body make you unclean. You wash yourself, you're going to be unclean. But if you touch it again, what was the point of washing? It's the same thing with who we used to be. You used to act like that. What's the point of putting on the fringes and the mitri, and when the first opportunity for you to use the scriptures and live like a man who know the Bible, you resist it and become a nigga?
Go to Regulations.
What was the point of your washing? Sis, what was the point of coming to Passover? Or what was the point of coming to trumpets? Or what was the point of coming to first fruits? And then the first time, it's time for you to act like an Israelitess, because I'm going to say this. The Most High, y'all don't believe that the Most High be dealing with your leadership. It's other camps, they instill that in you first. The Most High set us up. Come to us. God got us. Don't think for yourself. Let us think for you, brother.
This camp said literally.
Okay? We come how the Most High put the Spirit on us to come. We brothers. We tell you exactly what's expected of you. Do it, and that's what we ask. All right? And we're going to be here for you. We're going to miscarry and go through this life with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way we come at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Y'all don't be feeling like the Most High dealing with your leadership or the brothers that go out and do the work. Y'all don't look at them with enough respect. And that's why I eat so much disrespect. Brothers talk to me like garbage. My phone ring, I be working too. My phone will ring and it'll be a brother and he talking to me like a piece of gum under his shoe because he don't like something. It don't even have nothing to do with me most of the time. It has something to do with me because I'm over the organization, yes. But I wasn't over that particular issue. Like that ain't had nothing to do with me. I'm over here knee deep in doctrine or whatever, right? Brother will call me. This is a brother that's my subordinate. No respect. And then when I check him on it, he's defiant. But he still wants me to do something for him, right? And then they try to throw it in my face like if I won't do it, like, well, I thought you was this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, they completely disrespect him. It's because they don't really believe the Most High is dealing with brothers, man. You think brothers would sacrifice all this time and juggle all these hats if the Most High wasn't giving them the energy and strength to do it and the inspiration? Right. You got another thing coming, right? You don't have enough respect. So what I'm saying is, I said that to say that because the counsel I'm giving you right now is not really me. It's from the Lord. I'm just able to find it and give it to you because I know where it's at. You're supposed to be on class taking notes so you can replicate that and be a leader in your own right. But you're too busy being the old man trying to figure out, is he talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
Is he trying to throw a subliminal at me? Who is you, bro? You a battle rapper? I'm trying to throw a subliminal? I'm teaching the Bible. Read it again.
Come. Sirach chapter 34 and verse 25.
Go ahead.
He that washes himself after the touching of a dead body, if he touch it again, what availeth his washing?
Read on.
So it is with a man that fasteth from his sins, and goeth again, and doeth the same.
Who will hear his prayer?
Who will hear his prayer?
Or
Or what doeth his humbling profit?
What was the point? What's the point of putting the fringes on, growing your beard, keeping the Sabbath, if you're going to be the old man? What's the point? You're supposed to be a completely new person. The whole idea, listen, I'm going to give you an insight. The whole idea of this Israelite thing is to remove the nigga tendencies that was bred into us by people who hate us and to make us behave how God says.
Right.
Which is a completely new and different attitude and forces us to have completely new and unique interactions with each other. It is impossible for us to steal, harm, kill, or enact violence against each other, to whore out our women and disrespect them. It is impossible for us to do that because our religion has outlawed those things. We have completely changed into new people. That is the insight of the truth. It really doesn't have anything to do with camp and numbers and how many members. It's really an individual thing. It's really, there were men set up that taught something that you realize is true and you took heed. That's really what it's about. Okay. None of this matters. Like, you got 1,000 people at your feast. That don't matter. You got 10,000 members in your camp. So what? You got brothers in Australia. It doesn't matter if you still the same guy that you was before the truth. Mm-hmm. I don't care how intricate your garment is. If you can't handle a brotherly interaction properly, it don't matter. You can't gas me, bro. You can't hit me with the, see, they don't know how to run an organization of this size. That means nothing to me. That's empty words. You said that to make yourself feel good. Could you handle an interaction the way God said to handle it?
All right.
Are you capable? I don't care. There's 1,000 years of leadership between all these brothers, and it's so what?
Okay.
That nigga's evil. Okay? If this person presses the wrong button, you become Michael Myers. But you're supposed to be an elder or a priest. It doesn't matter. Okay? That's the lesson we trying to give you. Let's close it out. Go to Revelation, read chapter 3.
Okay.
Start at and we're gonna take a couple questions for like 15 minutes and then shut it down. Revelation 3 and 13.
Okay. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse 13.
Okay, go ahead.
He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Read.
And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans, write, these things saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning and the creation of God.
Read it correctly.
The beginning of the creation of God.
See that? That's talking about Christ. Mm-hmm. Remember, they like to say firstborn of every creature doesn't mean that he's actually a creature. It just means that he has preeminence. Right. Like David is my firstborn, or Israel is my firstborn, right? Mm-hmm. Explain this one.
Right.
He's the beginning of the creation of God. Oh, it means the same thing. It just means he's the top what?
Top what? Creation? It's the point. He's created.
You cut. Read on.
I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
See, you're not cold nor hot. Read.
I would thou were cold or hot.
But I'd rather you pick a side. You're going to be in the world. You're going to be worldly. You're going to handle things like a nigga. Just be that. Don't go out there and represent as an Israelite, but then when it's time for you to apply biblical instruction, you handle it like a worldly person would handle it, or like the old man would handle it. Every time. Mm-hmm. It never fails. The only time you are a proper Israelite is when the light is not on you.
Right.
Right? It's the only time you're a proper Israelite, when the light is not on you. When it's time for you to be corrected, them rules go out the door. You are so comfortable checking other people, but when you do something wrong, and this is coming from a person who's been checked, when you do something wrong, now all of a sudden your humility is gone and it's everybody else's fault. And yo, niggas ain't gonna disrespect me, man. You know, that dude came back. That's wicked, man. Read it again.
I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot.
What's going to happen?
I will spew thee out of my mouth.
I'm not going to deal with you. I'm not going to deal with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. This is Christ speaking. You can't do both. How many of y'all going to be mad when the judgment comes and you're going, well, I joined the camp. I paid my dues. Yeah, brother, but you never acted like an Israelite. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? This brother over here. Wait, you cannot blame someone else for your choices. A lot of y'all is too comfortable with that. I learned that fast. I used to get in trouble. I used to come home. I would say like, well, they was doing something. I learned that quick. Don't you tell me they, them. I don't want to hear none of that. What did you do? Well, they was talking. Wow. You know, like, why you, what you mean they? You, right? That's the Lord gonna be like that. What did you do? Well, y'all were all well, what happened to the camp funds? The brothers said we had this much, and then he gave a report, and we had this much, so he had to be stealing the money. Like, wait. Even if y'all were all was a thief and the worst kind, what did you do? Well, I went and called people and told everybody that he did that. Well, he didn't do that. That's false witness, huh? Mm-hmm. So, well, okay, all right. Yeah, but still, what did you do? You're unable to confess it and admit it. Well, I was wrong. I jumped to conclusions and I'm emotional and I need to work on that. Or I'm not a good brother because y'all were always my brother, but I hate him for being my brother. Because people that hate you for that. If you help people, they hate you.
They hate you because you were able to help.
Because because how they would be. Like, oh, you think you better than me because you helped me. Because I would think I'm better than you if I helped you.
Yeah, that's really
when it ain't even like that, man. It ain't even like that. So you can't do both. Sisters, like, as soon as it's time to put y'all in order, y'all fly. Yo, sisters, I've been saying this a lot. Y'all should feel ashamed that we have to twist counsel to keep you from being upset. We should just be able to keep it real with you. Mm-hmm. You're a grown woman, right? We should be able to keep it real with you. But we have to
treat you like 6-year-olds.
You know, throw you up in the air and catch you and spin you and sit you back down and pat you.
Buy ice cream.
Or you mad. It's not going to work. That's the little girl in the world. The Israelite woman, she got instructions on how to behave.
Yeah.
Who you going to be? You still posing sideways, trying to show your curves? It ain't no difference between you and the girl that's just straight up twerking. What's the difference? It's the same eye candy. You can't do both. And that's what we're trying to get y'all to realize. Everybody understand? All right. We're going to convert the call over to Q&A, right?
Mm-hmm. So everybody can
Q&A session has started. To ask your question, please press *6.
If you are a YouTube member or a Patreon member, just make it known, and we'll take y'all questions in the chat. All right? Just for a few minutes, then we're going to pray out and enjoy the Sabbath. 734-796, question or comment?
Go off mute. Oh, I'm not a host.
You're not a host?
Mm-mm, I'm not a host.
You should still be able to hear.
Nah, but the people on the call can't hear. They can't hear me. Hey, can I be heard?
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna have to call back in.
What number are you on?
The regular one.
It worked?
Yeah, the regular one.
Let me look at the attendees. What's your number?
Oh, 770.
Don't say your whole number.
Oh.
Right here?
Yeah, 729. So, yeah. Right there.
Mic check.
Mic check. Can I be heard?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
All right, 734, question or comment?
Question.
Go ahead.
Hey, comment, but you know, I love the teaching. My bad for saying that the mic was out. It was on me 100%. I'll take that. But I actually had a question about the Job you brought up earlier because I had a debate, more of a discussion with my brothers, and they, my brother in the truth, older brother in the truth, was telling me that, you know, basically like Job sinned, and he went there to say that Job had sinned in his mind, and I didn't agree with it, but I didn't have ammunition to fight that, so I was wondering if you could help me with a breakdown of that.
All right, go to Job 36. You could get that. You get that. Where's it at? A hypocrite shall not stand before the Lord. Call that 18. Is it 13 and 8? Yes, it is. Go to Job chapter 13. And this is, people use Job chapter 13 to teach that Job sinned because of something he said in the chapter. Even though God said he was perfect, they still argue that Job sinned because they want to justify their own sins. If Job was perfect, that means that you could be perfect. They want to argue that they can't be perfect, so they want to discredit Job. That's the nature of the conversation that they're having. It's very petty and stupid. Go to Job 13 and read verse 15.
Come. Let's look at Job chapter 13 and verse 15.
Read.
Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain mine own ways before him.
Job just right there told you, I'm going to stay the same way in front of God. Even though he's punishing me and destroying me right now, I'm going to walk the same walk. If he's a sinner, how can he say that?
Right.
So basically, he's calling for justification because he does not feel he deserves what's happening to him. Read on.
He also shall be my salvation.
And that same God is going to save me.
For a hypocrite shall not come before him.
Because I'm not a hypocrite. I know I didn't do anything, and I know I'm going to be absolved when it's all said and done. You can't use this chapter to teach that Job sinned. They just jumping down to verse 26. Read that.
Come on. Verse 26. For thou art writless, bitter.
Slocky. Read it correctly.
For thou art.
Where you see R? Where you seeing R? Where you see R?
Righteous.
For thou writest. Go ahead.
For thou writest bitter things against me,
and
makest me to process the iniquities of my youth.
So they say, well, Job must have sinned when he was younger. Even if you teach that doctrine, stupid, that means he became perfect later, which means you could do it.
Right.
Dummy. But it's not what he's saying. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. Hear diligently my speech and my declaration with your ears.
Look. Read.
Behold, now I have ordered my case. I know that I shall be justified.
How can he know that he's going to be justified if he's a sinner?
Right.
How can he know that? He has to hope for mercy if he's a sinner.
Right.
But he says, I know I ordered my case. I ordered my affairs. I know I'm going to be justified. So they're just taking They're just taking Job saying that the Lord has written a bitter judgment against him and maketh him to possess the iniquities of my youth, meaning the foolishness of my childhood. Because there's got to be a reason that this is happening to me.
Right.
So it must have been something I did when I was a kid for this to happen to me. But we all know why this is happening. Because Satan handpicked Job to persecute him. So Job is not even speaking facts right there. He's trying to figure out what I must have done something for this to happen, but I know I'm gonna be justified.
He's rational.
It's even crazier. Read verse 23.
Come on. Verse 23. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Make me to know my transgression and my sin.
What did I do? Tell me. Make me to know what I've done wrong. See, but people only come in. People actually use the beautiful book of Job to teach that the man is not perfect. And that's a lie. And y'all evil as hell. And that's why don't nobody study with y'all. But that's a good question, Doc. You understand? All praises. I am the bar. 912, question or comment?
Question on how about
Go on.
I was calling. Had a question about the Immaculate Conception. People would say, well, I've been seeing that they say that Christ was a descendant of David through Mary. We know that's false. But is there anywhere in the scripture where it shows that Mary is a descendant of Nathan, King David's son?
No.
Okay,
there's no way to prove.
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
There's no way to prove Mary's lineage in the scripture. It doesn't read.
You could guess that she's Levi
because
her cousin is Levi. That's the best you could do.
Best.
The only person that's ever connected to David is Joseph. And Sam Shimoyan, your cut. You tried that weak argument, and the elders from GMS clapped you. And then you looked at the camera like, "Can I get away with that?" No.
Terrell was leaned up against a pillar and just he was chilling.
The elder was he wanted y'all to leave, man. He didn't want to talk to y'all. 2210, question or comment?
Question on one.
I got.
So I had a brother that I went to high school with, and I seen him post on Snapchat. He posted some fringes, and I split up and had a conversation with him. And he let me know he's a part of the Nazarene sect. Are you familiar with the Nazarene?
Nah, brother. I don't know who that is.
Is that, yeah. Remember we was talking to them on Clubhouse.
I don't know who that is.
The ones I will speak to on Clubhouse, they teach that Paul and all the apostles, they were Nazarenes in the sense of following Christ. And Agrippa was also a Nazarene, because to be a Nazarene means you follow the ways. And we had like a whole debate in Acts about, did Agrippa really convert to being a quote unquote Christian?
No, he said you almost convert me. He was mocking him.
Right.
You'd almost make me a big Christian. That was a good argument, Paul.
Basically, Nazarenes are against the KJV. They criticize us for reading the KJV.
And what do they read?
They read the Greek Septuagint,
which is not the original.
They read the Greek Septuagint, and they read the Hebrew
for the New Testament.
For the New Testament,
who wrote that?
Right.
Because I know Ariala got a Bible that he made, and I know that HODC got a Hebrew New Testament. Where they get this?
It's a lot of maybe the Nazarene I was speaking to is misrepresenting Nazarenes, but that's my experience with a quote unquote Nazarene sect.
Yeah, brother. Hey, brother, I wouldn't get too caught up in that. All right.
Really, kind of to just ask the question that I had though. He seemed really well versed and like he knows the scriptures and everything. But what he was teaching was, or what he was trying to like explain to me was that eating flesh is all, like according to the law and things of that nature.
It's impossible.
My question was just kind of like if you were familiar with it.
It's impossible. If God told me that there's animals that I could eat, then that's what he said. So how could it be against the law if God told me I could eat it? Right. If he commands me to eat lamb on Passover, how can eating flesh be against the law? Right. That's not even, see, the fact that on Clubhouse, I expect to have this argument now. Even though what I just said is the end. Is there a law that says eat lamb?
Yes.
So then you can't teach that eating flesh is a sin.
You cannot.
So that's it. Is there a law that says these are the animals which you may eat?
Yes.
Well, then you can't teach that eating animals is a sin.
Otherwise, you have to be teaching that the Most High is permitting you to sin.
That's it. So it's not even worth an argument. All praises. All praises. 704, question or comment?
Shalom, Adawan.
Shalom.
Shalom, elder. I was having a conversation with a Christian pastor, a cousin of mine, and he said that when you confess your sins, the word confess changes in context when you read different scriptures. And I can't find that. Is that true?
I don't even know. What's the reason of saying it?
Yeah, what was his point?
His point was dealing with confession of sins and grace. And when you
confess is exomologeo. It means to admit,
acknowledge,
right,
or to pour out, and wholly out of. Say something, come out with it.
He said that changes in context when you read it in different scriptures, and I could not find that at all.
What are you looking for? He's got to tell you what he's got to make his point. It's not for you to find his point.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for even teaching that.
So there's no different way. I even looked it up in the Concord.
Like confess.
What are you looking for?
Confess has a definition, right? Pour out, to admit. You can confess your love for someone. You're admitting it. You can confess your sins. You're admitting it. So if that's the point he was trying to teach, I mean that's there's a lot of different words that have a certain connotation to it, right? Depending on the context. You know, that's what determines its connotation. So
somebody said no audio on the call. Lost sound on the call. How if he can hear us?
No, I think that was old. That was probably old.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So I was correct in saying that the definition never changes.
You don't have to make that argument. He has to make a point. You hear what we're saying? He could say anything. He could say the sky is orange and then grapes fall out. Like, you got to say, well, all right, well, show me that. Like, it's not for you to go looking. Does the Bible ever say that? It's not for you to go find it. He has to prove it. You understand? All right. Ashar, what's going on?
I see y'all. I don't want to get Corey. Y'all about to make sure I broke it down. My question is, can I get an understanding of Sirach chapter 10 verses 30 and 31? Sure.
Sirach 10, 30, 31. And 31. It reads, the poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
It's easy. It's easy to honor a man that's rich. It's easy to honor a man that has skills, right? But if you're in poverty, how much greater is your honor when people are supposed to look over you? Mm-hmm. That same man, when he becomes rich, how much more are they going to praise him?
Right.
And then he that is dishonorable in riches, they don't like you, even though you got a bunch of money. Imagine if you was poor, how much they will hate you. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Salakia, also, could it mean that the rich man's true spirit can be revealed when he's moved to a lower state, meaning poverty? Is that another way it can be looked at, or does it just mean what it's like?
It could definitely mean what you're suggesting also.
Okay, kind.
All right. 240, question or comment?
Question out of one. Shalom. Yeah, but you know, Shalom. Shalom, Corey. I was reading in the history of the Trinitarian doctrine and going into areas. Do you think that the push for the Trinitarian doctrine was because of Rome's polytheistic
theology, or do you believe that it was because of persecution?
No. The Trinitarian doctrine was pushed because men had too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
They had an issue with something called original sin, and they was trying to find a way to justify it, because if original sin is passed through flesh, then that means Jesus Christ carried original sin. But if he's the lamb without blemish, how can he die for the sins of the world?
Mm-hmm.
So they tried to find a solution for that, and it created questions about the nature of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was debates over that, which developed over time to what is Christ, which developed over time to now Christ became 1/3 of a God.
Mm-hmm.
And it took much debate and conjecture to create this Trinitarian doctrine in the first place. And then what happens is, when we say that, Trinitarians get upset and say we lying, and say that it's all in the Bible and all the church fathers carried this doctrine and handed it down. And that's not true either.
Right.
All right.
Immaculate Conception was born from this problem they had too. The concept of original sin is not a biblical concept. What they did was they read something that taught sin that was committed by Adam and how men die because of the sin. And they understood that as, oh, we have mortal flesh, and our mortal flesh inherits sin. So our mortal flesh, being that we're mortal men, we're inherently sinners as soon as we're born in the womb.
Yeah, but the Bible doesn't teach that.
The Bible don't teach that. Paul actually teaches that the children in the womb have done no good or evil. So if they've not done good or evil, how could they inherit sin?
And this is not to contradict Christ when he was asked, who sinned, this child or his parents? It's not to contradict that. It's just honest. Hey, you got some background noise, Nikosha.
At home.
What was I saying? Damn.
It's not to contradict Christ when he says, who sinned, this man or his parents?
Right. So it's just pointing out that children, having done no good or evil, meaning they haven't had a chance to act based on election, are given a role in this life. That's what Paul was explaining. You understand that? All right. All praises. Naseem, question or comment?
Shalom, Adonai. Yahweh Shem Shabbat Katah. Shabbat Shalom.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat Katah. Shabbat Shalom.
Number one. I had a quick question in regards to Joel chapter 3 and verse 6. Is that speaking about like a specific slave trade or anything? Like, I've heard brothers like break that down to me, like the sub-Saharan slave trade, like that was prophesied in the scriptures. I just wanted to ask our understanding on that, if possible.
Joel 3 and 6. It says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have he sold unto the Grecians, that he might remove them far from their border.
I think this word here for Grecians is Javan. Let me see something. The word here for Grecians is Javan. So Grecian is the translator's choice for Greeks, but the Hebrew word there is Javin or Japheth. All right. That could be talking about a number of nations, but in the time of Joel, I believe it's talking about those in Northern Europe, I believe. All right. That's a specific captivity that the Israelites went into. It goes on to talk about the Sabians, which I believe are Arab nations. But to say that that's the sub-Saharan slave trade, I understand how you got the Arab nations, but to say that Javan is the sub-Saharan slave trade is off, because Japhet is not in that region. So I'm not going to proclaim to know exactly how this was fulfilled. I'm going to have to look into it and consult my notes. But I do not believe that's the sub-Saharan slave trade.
Oh, the one out of the way. I understand.
Khan.
Shabbat shalom. Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. 203, question or comment?
Shalom, brother. I have a comment.
Okay.
This was a great class, like every single one, and bring me back on time when I was younger, and every time I do something, I was telling my dad it wasn't so bad. It was not so much. It's not a big deal, and every single time my dad say Revelation 3:16, and my dad always tell me you cannot be black, you cannot be gray. You have to be black or white. You have to be cold or hot.
Mm-hmm.
And this class actually remind me every single time I do something, I was like, it's not so bad. It's not a big deal. This class remind me a lot the words of my dad when he was telling me, you have to be on the middle. You cannot go left or right. You have to be straight. That was my comment.
That's right, brother. I agree with you.
Right.
That's good. Where you from?
I'm from El Salvador. I'm living in Connecticut.
Kwame Ashala.
Kwame Ashala.
All right, keep studying, and we're gonna see you at a feast day one day. All right.
I'm looking forward to see to go to Georgia to go to one feast day. I've been like always commenting and calling and having questions. I love your class. I love the way you teach.
All praises to the Most High.
Praise.
Shabbat shalom. Shalom.
Go on.
646, question or comment?
2 questions.
1 question.
Okay. Well, first question, the only question I have right now is, can the devil enter your dreams? Sometimes I have trouble discerning if it's Yahweh or the devil testing me.
Don't put too much energy into dreams.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible always tells us that if you put faith in a dream, it's like trying to catch a shadow. It's just a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams come from a multitude of business. You just got a lot on your mind. But everything is of the Lord. But like, say, if you was being spiritually attacked, try to say the name of the Lord, and that dream is going to be over. Just say the Most High's name. Say Yahweh. It's over with. I've been in that situation many times. You know, being spiritually attacked while dreaming, and you say the Most High's name, dream over. The Lord's name is a tower and safety for those who run into it.
It's lucky.
Go ahead.
And as far as tests, whether any test that you're presented with, the Most High God is looking for you to choose the right answer, and the right answer is righteousness. So, like this right here, this is your instruction. You know, if you feel like you're being tested, then the answer to your test is here, right? The outcome that should always be in any test is choosing the Most High God and His ways. All right. So whether you're being tested by the Most High or Satan, that doesn't really matter, because the Most High God does all things in general. And what the Most High God requires of you is obedience.
That's it.
All right.
You understand, sis?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Thank you. Shalom.
I understand. Hallelujah. 662, question or comment?
All right, I got a question.
Okay.
I got a cousin. He's a Muslim, and we was having a discussion, and he was talking about 1 Corinthians 15 and 50, Acts 1 and 9, John 3 and 13, and John 6 and 62. It has something to do about with saying that you can't enter into the kingdom of heaven with flesh and blood, but of course Jesus went in. He was resurrected, and he was brought up, right? So we was having this conversation, and I just want to see what you guys thought about that.
That Muslim did not study the gospel and come up with that question.
No, at all.
He's on YouTube watching Speaker's Corner, and they gave him an argument, and he says, now go and argue with a Christian about this.
Right.
He did not study the gospel and go, oh, this doesn't make any sense. Let me write this down, it's never like that. That's why debating a Muslim is annoying, because when you know the Quran, it all breaks down. Now they don't want to talk no more. Now it's forget it, whatever. Believe what you want. I believe what I want. When you go with the Quran, flesh and blood does not inherit the kingdom of heaven. Jesus Christ did not go to the kingdom of heaven as flesh and blood. They just seen him caught up into the cloud in the book of Acts. After that, you don't know what happened. Paul told you, I don't know whether it was in the body or in the spirit, when he talked about his friend that went to the third heaven. He don't know. Most of the time, you don't know. So for him to draw a conclusion from the account in Acts, he must admit that he doesn't know. Second, the next time we see Christ is when Stephen is telling you he sees him at the right hand of the Father. He is definitely not flesh and blood in that moment. And then also in the book of Revelation, when it describes Christ, he is not flesh and blood in that moment.
All right.
You understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't be debating no Muslim unless you study their text. We got lessons on Islam. Huh?
Yes, sir. We wasn't debating. He was just talking, and I was listening to him, and I basically told him, I felt that way, that Christ wasn't taken up in flesh and blood.
Yeah.
And I it's the same thing with the prophets that got taken up. That they hadn't, maybe they transfigured.
Right.
Before they was taken up. We don't know that. It doesn't say whether they were, whether they, whether they weren't.
Right.
But yeah.
Right. Yeah. And if we talk about contradictions in the Quran, we're gonna be here for another 2 hours, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end it.
I know.
All right, brother.
Q&A session is over. All participants are unmuted.
Go to Hebrews 5:13 for brother Ariel. Danny Phantom, a prayer that reaches the Most High is the Lord's Prayer. Matthew 6. Read that.
God, this is book of Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 13. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness. For he is a babe.
So the brother said, isn't milk the foundation of sound doctrine? Yes. But when we're discussing deeper things of the scriptures, we have to go beyond the milk. What makes them unskillful in this example is when we're trying to discuss righteousness, if all you know is that there is one God and that you have to keep the commandments, you have a good foundation, but you're not skillful. That doesn't mean you don't know the right thing. To be skillful is a completely different thing than knowing what's right.
You can make judgments.
I know how to drive, but are you skillful? It's different. There's other tools you using, and there's things and methodologies you using. That's all that means, brother. He wasn't criticizing the milk. The milk is necessary. I'm only taking questions from members or Patreon members. Please identify yourself. Naseem already gave you a question. Shout out to Captain Micaiah.
All
right. I'm only taking questions from members or YouTube or Patreon members right now. All right, Darak says, Shalom, Adawan. In Genesis 19, why would Lot offer up his daughters if he knew that the Sodomites were going to rape them? No, he knew that he was in the presence of an angel, and it would be better for those men to take his daughters than to touch these holy men and spirits of the Lord. That's how real they was. He knew he was in the presence of angels of God. It would be better for those men to take my daughters than to touch God's chosen vessels. I don't want to be responsible for that. I'll sacrifice my daughters before I allow them to come after y'all. That just shows you how earnest he was to please the Lord. And the Most High didn't let it go down like that. That's a good question. All right. So now, I appreciate y'all keeping the Sabbath with us tonight. Once again, the camp video is going to come out tomorrow after bar for bar around 2 to 3 p.m. You'll be able to get the new camp video. We figured out the source of the problem while doing the class. Appreciate y'all for logging in and studying with us and just staying engaged and locked in the whole time. We've been paying attention to that. We're going to continue to bring y'all quality lessons week in and week out. Right now, we're going to send up the prayers in the Hebrew like we always do. Call that number at the bottom. Make sure your phone is on mute. We're going to send up the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, and then we're going to edify and say it in the English. We, the Sons of Thunder, it's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Khan?
Khan.
All right. We catch y'all on the next go-around. Stay tuned for Day of Atonement lessons, marathon, and then Tabernacle's coming up. Make sure y'all ready. Shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.